I said, "It will be done," I quote.
But I'm really impressed by this.
Brickwork into the stone.
It's Sunday. It's been a while, but we're back.
We are indeed. We had a few weeks off, which has actually been really nice. My mum came over for a week. I went to Germany on work, and yeah, we just had some downtime as a family, which was very much needed.
Absolutely, especially as the hot summer weather is fast approaching. The ground is drying out. That means that it's getting harder to do any form of digging, and we're just trying to make the most of it while we've got the cooler weather.
I can feel us already going, we've forgotten how bad this is.
For those of you who might not already know, we do have an Instagram account which we keep updated fairly regularly. So, and there's a lot of things on there that we document that we don't manage to put into
doesn't
the
make it to a
YouTube
video.
cut.
Yeah, Instagram and Facebook for more regular updates, because the YouTube does seem to, you know, take us a while to get produced, doesn't it? Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. What did you say? What was that? It's digger time!
For those of you who don't know, I have had a couple of years of struggling with some hip issues, which means that getting down on my hands and knees isn't particularly comfortable or accessible for me, which is why I was absolutely over the moon when Vegega reached out and offered me some high raised beds for me to work on. So many of you commented last year and suggested that I use higher raised beds this year and that it would completely transform my growing capabilities. And now my dream is coming true. Each raised bed comes in 2 boxes. And my choice of colour, they're all the same, is this gorgeous rustic green colour. Oh, I just think this is going to look really beautiful all year round with the colours of our land.
Shot there, Kayleigh. This is why we don't do unboxing videos.
One of the things I really love is that the cardboard packaging that the raised beds come in uses environmentally friendly ink, which means apart from the sellotape and the large staples, we can use this cardboard to lay down in between the beds underneath the wood chip. Now, whilst I appreciate that the plastic that is covering each and every side of the raised bed does protect the metal during transit, I can't help but think there might be a more environmentally friendly option. Maybe just like some paper or something. This is how much plastic film covered one of our veggie beds. I'm going to sort them.
It's not a whistle, darling, it's a tool. Yeah, it's a spanner.
Spanner.
I can't stop smiling because not only did Vegega send me one raised bed, they sent me a set of 4. These are the 32-inch tall 6-in-1 raised bed collection that they have available. As you can see, we decided that we were going to put them into 3 different shape combinations. We've got the long one here. This one is wider, but it's also shallower. So it means that I can reach both sides of the bed from just standing on one side. And it is the perfect position for it in this nice little shady spot. I then decided to create 1 square and 2 matching rectangles either side. However, it took me a while to decide on this layout because you can also make them into like corner pieces, you can put them on top of each other, you can do a layering system, and there are some fantastic design combinations out there. Bulgarian thunderstorms don't just roll in, they arrive with purpose. The sky darkens, the air stills, and then nature speaks.
Well, with summer very definitely on the way, it's about 27 degrees today and it's heating up pretty quickly. it is time to turn our attention back to this, the disaster that was the pool area last year. Now, a few videos ago in the little barn demolition video, I said, "It will be done," I quote. So, staying true to my word, I am confident and keen to get this done. So, we had a few collapses, especially in this sort of back corner. Where the gutter comes down, there's a lot of water comes down this side of the land, and we had a few collapses over the top of the stone wall. In fact, you couldn't even see the stone in that corner. So I've tidied all that up. We have decided that we're going to go for sort of the best of both worlds. This side, this wall down here, and this little return wall on this side are both going to be brick. However, we are going to do stone on the very back wall all the way up. And the plan is that the brick walls will be rendered with a white render, and they will the render will then sort of taper into the stone, and it should look fairly good, I hope. The stone wall takes way too long for us to be able to do. Like we need to turn our priorities to the little barn and all sorts. We are going to make the most of the brick, which will go up very, very quickly and very easily along this side, and then we'll focus on the stone for the back. Not ideal, but we get sort of the best of both worlds then. Kayleigh just wisely pointed out to me that there's a lot of you new viewers on the channel, and some of you might not know what this area is. And I mentioned the pool area as if we were building a pool. We are not building a proper sort of above ground swimming pool or an in-ground swimming pool. This whole area escalated massively. Go back and watch the video. Just to stress, look, this is the swimming pool that we're going to be putting up, okay? It's like above ground, in-text type, you know, nothing special. We're not doing anything special here. I've just placed these 2 blocks in just to start us off, get a string line in. I've just checked with the laser level, and the foundation is 2 mil off from that far end to this end, which is amazing. So I'm really pleased with that. We can throw down some mortar, get these first couple of blocks in, and then I think we'll work our way from this far end, which is where I needed to sort of get the line where we were finishing or starting, and then over that end we'll work that way, and then that way I can cut in the brick to the rock that we've already got there and see where it lines up on that end. Looks pretty good.
Here's the first tongues.
All right, well, we're 3 blocks in. I'd say this has taken me nearly an hour to do these 3. The idea is that you get your first line in exactly right, exactly where you need them. And then because they're all engineered, you basically just stack the next lot up. And as long as that first line is good, the idea is that then you just stack them as you go. And believe it or not, this system actually uses almost like an expanding foam to lock them together. So if we were building the house with these, you do 2 lines of like expanding foam type of adhesive, and then you put your next block on top, and it's literally as quick as that. You cement your bottom ones in, and then from that point on it's like expanding foam glue, which is really cool because that's really, really fast. But also it allows these to be air pockets, which obviously adds to insulation as well, which is really nice. Obviously plays no relevance to what we're doing here in the garden. We would quite like to use these for the barn, but obviously with the barn we've got to be really precise and make sure it's, you know, it's bang on. So yeah, it is slow going here, but I'm trying to do it right so that I know what they're actually like to work with in the real world when we come to doing potentially the barn or the house with them. the trug as a pouring spout.
We are going to start filling the first raised bed. So we're going to do this the old earthy style, and we're going to be following the hugelkultur method, which means that we are basically going to be making a massive composting lasagna. You start at the bottom with the biggest, oldest logs that you can find, ones that have probably already started being eaten and decomposing, and you pop those in the bottom. And then you go basically from the largest things and you work your way up. The idea is that the big logs at the bottom will slowly decompose and they will provide the nutrients for the soil above it. But what will also happen is they will retain as much moisture as possible for the plants as well, which in the climate that we live in is super important, particularly during the summer months. Yeah, I've got quite a few logs to go.
As you know, with the ongoing water situation with the lake up the top and the overflow, I was saying that some of our trees are going to die because of it. Well, that's exactly where this timber has come from. So if you can see up there, there's a dead poplar tree. The one to the left is still alive and fine, but the one on the right has had its day. And last night we had a massive windstorm and the tops all snapped out of it already. And obviously it only died it was alive last summer. Anyway, this is the deadwood from it, so it makes sense. As it blew down last night, we're just snapping it up and getting it in the beds.
So that's the first layer done. The next layer is where we get all our mess from the land. We're talking twigs, sticks, grass cuttings, and then we just plop them on. And that will be the second layer.
Imagine being put into your home with a piece of your hair.
Well, that's it. the first raised bed is complete. I have got cucumbers, spinach, peppers. Cannot wait to fill the other 3 beds, apart from the 8 to 9 wheelbarrows of soil that are required for each bed.
Yeah, so there's 8 or 9, we lost count, and thank goodness for Alex's quads, because it towed the wheelbarrows up the hill brilliantly, and it meant very little effort was needed, just the weight and keeping it upright.
Definitely.
That was a godsend.
And again, a huge thank you to Vegega for gifting us these raised beds, because honestly already it's made such a difference. As you can see, the height, it just makes planting so much more accessible for me, so thank you very much.
I'm looking forward to her harvesting though, like runner beans or something, 6 foot in the air. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it will. We'll manage. But we've got some really good long-term plans for this area, and it's really exciting to finally start seeing visible change here.
Yeah, just the other day we were mowing the grass and it was lovely and sunny, and we looked at how far we'd come, and it's really nice to just stand there and look back and go, flipping heck, when we first turned up, you know, you couldn't see anything, and now we're putting down roots, you know, it feels good. Absolutely. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course, as always, we'll see you on the next one. Out of sync. I was getting a little bit shirty with it all.
Green. I don't like this.
Kind of wish I hadn't started, to be honest. Throwing my toys out the pram a little bit. And just like that, the raised bed is done.
With the wind blowing in his hair.
This is just a pool.
As the as they break down, the first time either of us have tried the hugelkultur.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah.
We're just going to sprinkle it. This is like the cheese on the lasagna. Grated cheese. Look at this. It's been a long day, okay? This is actually a message for Phil. Phil, I am cutting the grass, and I understand that we need the grass cuttings for the raised bed, and probably a little bit for the compost in future, but I would really like to pitch to you that we really need a pair of donkeys. If we had a pair of donkeys, they would eat this grass and we wouldn't have to worry about it. And they'd look so cute. Please, 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 can I have some donkeys, please? Please.